The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, an iNetworks communication station.
Come on, Chicago, make some noise. Together. MAPC. You know whether I'm right. You know, Lord, whether I'm wrong. Yeah, you whether I'm right or wrong. Yeah, yeah. You know whether I'm right. You know, Lord, whether I'm wrong. Yeah, you know, yeah, yeah. While I'm down here, Lord, search my heart. Yeah. Lord, search my heart. While I'm down here praying, Lord, search my heart. You know, Lord, whether I'm right. You know, Lord, whether I'm wrong. Yeah.
Hello, 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 hello. You are listening to WVTC Radio. Don't change that tune now, okay? I know you see there's a different person on the screen now, but you are watching the Ramon Perry and According to Your Faith, one Stellar Award-winning WVTC Internet Radio. I'm your guest, Dr. Julian Wright, sitting in for the very most awesome person, host really of this show, Ramon Perry. And so I thank you all viewers for listening today. We are in for a time. So I want you all to stay tuned for sure. We have some awesome guests lined up today. We have 3 awesome people that you don't want to miss today, you all. So I want to make sure you all have that. So today we have a special guest that's going to be joining us. She's an author. She has done so many great things. She's an educator. And when I say they've been talking about it, they've been talking about her. And so I think that we have her ready today. I want to present to you all like I said, she's an educator. She has over 30 plus years in experience as an educator, teacher, vice principal in the Chicago Public Schools. She is a leading expert in curriculum development, administration, and leadership strategies. She has held numerous training workshops, seminars, and conferences. So we know that's a lot to do. So you can see she's very well certified to join us today. Joining us today, we have Dr. Cora J. Gore on today. How you doing, Doctor?
I'm doing well. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good
Yes.
evening. Yes.
I'm just excited to have been given an opportunity to come on this evening and talk about this awesome piece of work that I have developed over the years through my experiences as an educator in the Chicago public schools and abroad, and to just share, something about why I wrote the book,
Yeah.
what was I thinking at the time, and basically just what I had in mind that I wanted people to know, just to add a little more to what possibly many of you already know. But looking at the literate people, the students that are coming out of the high schools and even elementary schools that are really not literate. I know that to be literate and to be educated are two different things. But I looked at some things even while I was principal,
Mhm.
and the stats bothered me because they are of such to say that only the average American reads at the seventh to eighth grade level. This
Wow.
is from the literary project of the country. And then
Mhm.
only 79% of US people are literate, even in 2022. And so when you look at those numbers and you're the change agent in a school, it
Mhm.
really concerns you because you're teaching the future of America. And
Absolutely.
so I had the great opportunity of having literacy leaders. We had literacy coaches, curriculum teachers, lead literacy teachers, and the likes that were in the Chicago public schools at the time. And so I decided to do some research on just what was the principal's perception on the
Okay.
impact of those literacy teachers and students in terms of achievement. And I
Okay.
sampled 9 of those Chicago public schools and did my research, had conversations over a span of 3 years to really pull this together. And
Wow.
we know that lead literacy teachers are specialists. They're people who offer a variety of literacy services, basically customized to fit the context and needs of a school. And
Oh,
so, in this book, in my book, title Principals' Perception on the Impact of Literacy Leader Teachers and Student Achievement in
okay.
these sample schools, it holds some valuable, innovative practices for literacy leaders, and not only just for literacy leaders, but for all stakeholders whose
Mhm.
goal it is to assist school principals or any change agent in an educational setting in creating a culture of literacy in our schools. And
Mhm.
we know we have a lot of challenges, but
Yes.
despite those challenges, I hope that what I've written in this book will just share a piece of knowledge that will further support the
Mhm.
idea that we do want to, um, if you will, have our students leave our institutions literate. And
Okay.
so this is basically the heart and soul of my book. And
Right.
I just, like I said, it's heartfelt, and I was able to live the experience. I just didn't gather data and a bunch of numbers and some conversations here and there, but I was principal at one of the largest elementary schools in a very thriving district.
Right, and I was gonna
Thriving.
say to you as well, doctor, as I mentioned that you were one of the ones that worked in Chicago public schools, which I'm like, it is the hardest, I would say,
Yes.
to really deal with. It takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of courage, and it definitely takes a lot of time and definitely a lot of
Amen.
prayer for sure. But I would say, what are some key things that you took along, that's gotten you to this point to be able to be as successful as you are and be able to build those strategies? You're teaching, you're doing those things. I mean, you have your book teaching people how to be
Yes.
great teachers such as yourself. So what are some key things that you would share with people that you've learned along the way?
Well, the first thing I learned were to look at leadership standards
Okay.
and look at how you can use skillful collaborations between teachers, principals, stakeholders, and parents, which is at the core of how we can achieve the success of our students becoming literate. And
Okay.
then you need to do a lot of evaluating, a lot of conversations about what are we doing and what can we do better? And what are some of the strategies? What are some of the takeaways we can use to help our students to become more literate? And then
Absolutely.
the one of the very, very important things has to do with the content area standard, which has to do with skillful instructional strategies. What strategies are we using? Because if you look at Chicago Public Schools and the demographics of where I was at that time, half or maybe a third of our students were African American. And
Okay.
so you get to know the demographics, you get to know the population, and then you have to meet them where they are. And
Absolutely.
along those lines, not only are you doing curriculum, there's some hidden curriculum that
Yes.
has to take place before you even get to the book learning, because in many instances, they do have unique needs. And so
Hmm.
that was kind of the takeaway that I had. And as I talked to other principals and other stakeholders, it was kind of a clear consensus that we had to approach this from a theoretical perspective of are we really accomplishing the goals that will strengthen our students to be able to in the curriculum, are we
Hmm.
giving them um, I mean, really true curriculum, a curriculum at a certain level where they will be able to emerge from those institutions, being able to write, read, and count.
Right.
And let's not leave out counting. I know that years ago, dating myself, but it was reading, writing, and arithmetic. And ironically, those are still three of some of the most important things that help students to be literate in coming, in their when they move on to other areas in life.
Right. Absolutely. So, what is your mission? Or so, I mean, I know you spoke about, um, the keys of, and it sounds like basically what you were basically saying that you wasn't just teaching. Your goal is to actually see a change, to make an impact.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
have an older style, but yet a newer vision, if it makes
That's
sense.
right. That's right.
So I think that what is something that you want those younger ones and even those that are listening, what is something that you would want them to take from definitely your book for sure, but
Mhm.
through your experience? What is something that you will want them to know that it's a must for them to go on and to be as strong as you are?
Yes. As we look at our current situation in the world and our city and our states or whatever,
Hmm.
uh, the desire and the determination, I think, for many of our students, that's kind of innate in them, but it takes the love, the teaching, or the care for those of us that are educators to
Hmm.
really buy into that vision, and even sometimes help them with the vision of becoming literate and becoming educated. And I think oftentimes it takes the village to do that.
Yes. Ab-
Not an isolated send you to school and the teacher
right.
is
Yes.
supposed to teach you, but parents, anyone
Yeah.
that's a stakeholder in this idea that we want our children, they're great, they have many skills untapped, they're just waiting for those of us that are educators, or those of us, and basically most of us are, believe it or not, maybe not in a formal way, but to support them and to
Absolutely.
encourage them and to
Right.
let them know you can be,
Hmm.
and not just a cliche. You can be whatever you want to be, whatever you set your mind to. So, kind of that support and
Right.
that buy in with the students that we come in contact with, uh, to let them know, I know you can do it, and we're here to support whatever that dream is that you have.
Right. And basically, how you were saying that it starts at home.
Yes,
A lot of times like you said, it takes a village. So it's more than just your children coming to school, doing little here, little there, and going home. But at
absolutely.
home, it needs to be set up a certain way. So this book is not only just for teachers, but it's for parents, it's for
Yes,
everyday life people, single parents especially, teaching them
yes,
keys on how to train their children to be successful, teaching them how to have certain rules and regulations so that they can have stronger leaderships
yes,
in this
yes,
day. And so I think that is very awesome of what you're saying. It's definitely needed for sure. Um,
yes.
so
And
where
and and
can
you
people?
know, another thing, just to pardon me, but to
Oh, go ahead.
set goals,
Yes,
uh, let them be a part of that
yes,
conversation, and then hold them responsible.
absolutely.
Because they can do it, they're very resilient. I mean, we just have to know that it's in them, and that we
Yes,
must uh, be there to help, not only just have them set the goals, but to walk along beside them to accomplish those goals.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
So can you please tell our listening audience and viewers and those that are watching, where can they get this book at?
It's on Amazon. It's on
Okay.
Barnes and Nobles.
Okay.
Um, you Book Baby. It's on
Mhm.
most of the book circuits. But again, I can be contacted through my email for them. Matter of fact, on tomorrow, I'm having a book signing. I got to get this little plug in, and
Yes,
at the
yes.
Bronzeville Winery, and I
Okay.
will have approximately 100 books on site for purchasing. But just in case, I know you may not be able to come on short notice, but you
Right.
can contact me at Cora Suttoth
Mhm.
at Comcast.net. That's Cora Suttoth
Mhm.
at Comcast.net.
Absolutely. We,
And
we thank you so much, Doctor. And I want to definitely let everyone know, as she said, definitely check out the book for sure. And she said it
thank
was
you.
available on Amazon and all
Barnes and Noble, yes,
Barnes and
most of your book
Nobles.
circuits, right.
Yes. So I want you all to definitely check out the book. Please let them know the title of the book one more
The
time for me.
title of the book is Principles, Perceptions
Hmm.
About Teaching Teachers the
Hmm.
Tool of Literacy.
Yes.
That's again,
Hmm.
Principles, Perceptions About Teaching Teachers the Tool of Literacy by Dr. Cora J. Suddoth, Suddoth.
Yes. So you
And
all
I,
make sure
I,
you
I
all check it
thank
out.
you.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate this time, and I thank
Yes.
you to your listening audience for indulging me in these few moments. And I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, doctor. We thank you so much for being with us. And like I said, I can't say it enough. You all check that book out. And definitely, as if you all, it is late notice, but definitely try to check out the book signing that is going to be going on tomorrow. I don't know if we have
Yes,
information about that available to be seen.
yes, at the
Yeah,
yes,
on the screen right
um,
now. You all try to make your way out to support this awesome book. It is definitely needed in this time. Like I
yes,
said, it's for leaders, it's for everyday people. So we
every
definitely
day.
support Dr. Cora J. Gore in her endeavor to make sure she finish her vision, the goal that she know the will is for her life that she's
Praise
accomplishing.
God.
So we
Amen.
definitely want to support that. So you can look at the flyer that should be on the screen right now to see
I think
there's
I
going to
sent
be.
it in. I don't have it. here, but it's at the Bronzeville Winery,
Yes, yes.
4420 South Cottage Grove, tomorrow from 2 to 4.
Okay, from 2 to 4.
2 to 4 at the Bronzeville Winery, 4420 South Cottage Grove.
All righty. So you all heard
Okay.
it best.
Thank
Yes, thank you
you.
so much, Doctor, for being with us.
Bless everyone.
Viewers, we enjoyed WBTC, enjoyed having you, and definitely Ramon Perry in his absence. I know he loved you very much. So I
Thank you.
thank you myself for being on with us.
And I thank you. Have a blessed evening.
You too as well. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye bye.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, you all. You all had tuned into WBTC. Right now, we're going to take a break and we're going to listen to a short song, and then we will have our next guest after her. You all stay tuned for more.
I'm black and I'm mad. I'm black and I matter. God created me to be who I am. Oh, I'm black and I matter. Yes, I'm black and I matter. God created me to be who I am. It doesn't matter how you view me. God created me for who I am. It doesn't matter what you say about me. I'm happy with who I am. It's not about color. It's not about race. It's God's amazing grace. Red, yellow, black, or white. We are precious in His sight. Oh, I'm black, and I matter. I'm black, yes I matter. God created me to be who I am. Oh yes He did. Oh, I'm black and I matter. Look at me, I'm black and I matter. God created me to be who I am. So glad He did. It doesn't matter, hey, how you view me. God created me for who I am. It doesn't matter what you say about me. I'm happy with who I am. It's not about color. It's not about race. It's God's amazing grace. Red, yellow, black to white. We all precious in His sight. Oh, let's stand together. Come on, let's stand together. Somebody ought to stand together. You ought to stand.
All right. We are back. Once again, you're listening to WVTC Radio, the best internet radio show there is. Once again, you are watching the Ramon Perry Show. Well, I hope you enjoyed that awesome doctor. Again, we thank her so much for being on. I want you all to get ready, as Bishop T.D. Jake says. We have another special guest coming up, and he is another person. Now, he this when I say this person can sing, they can sing. I heard the music recently, and I must admit it did something for me. So I want to introduce you all today. We have Damon Wilkerson, known as Jonah, joining us today. live. He can come on, come on, come on.
Hey, what's going on, man? How's it
How
going?
you doing?
Oh, I feel amazing. I feel great.
I'm glad you. I'm glad. We thank you so much for being on with us. How are you?
I can't hear. Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said we thank you for being on with us. How are you?
God is so good. This is the part of my day that I like when I get to do when I get to work in my passion. And ministry is my passion. Music, the gift that God has given me and to share to the world, is what I desire to do above anything else. So this makes my day lighter.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we thank you for taking time to introduce you today. Once again, you all, right now we have with us Wilkerson, known as Jonah. You all, he has opened up for Dr. Nelson, Dale State. I mean, Noah has an ultimate desire to spread the gospel to the world and inspire others to follow God's path in righteousness. And one thing about it is, he said his main goal in music is to fill the world with everything God has spoken into my life. And I don't know about you all. I definitely want everything God has for my life. So I don't
Amen.
want to be able to steal nothing else from me. Okay. So I thank God for you being with us. I mean, you have done so much, opened up for so many people, and you have done some things with the Soar Awards, the Soar Radio Awards show, and
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, you just you're doing it. You're doing it. So tell us, a little bit about yourself.
Well, um, gospel artist. I'm a drummer. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm everything that so many different hats that I wear. I'm I'm an entrepreneur. But the my passion and what I love to do is singing, songwriting, and just worshiping. That's my passion.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, that's definitely awesome. That is definitely
I
awesome. And
think I can't hear you. The phone went out. The system went out somehow. My camera isn't on.
yeah,
Let me see.
try to exit out and try to come right back
Uh,
in.
yeah, my camera's on, but I can't hear you though.
All righty. Can you hear me now?
Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me? We trying to get everything. We trying to get everything out of our life. Like I said, today we're listening to Damon Wilkerson. We're trying to get him on, so you all definitely be
Can
patient with
you
us. I think you can hear me.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? That's testing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Let's see. We trying. We trying.
Can you hear me? I
Turn
can't
your
hear
volume.
you.
Turn your volume up. Okay. Well, so we definitely have some technical difficulties. Reason why we have this in mind together, but you all, he has a great song called "Walk Around." And as I was sharing with you all, that song blessed me today. I was listening to it, and it did some things for me. And so we're definitely excited to have him on with us. Um, hopefully everything's get together so we can hear him and he can hear me. So we are going to keep. So as he getting it together once again, you listen to WVTC Radio, the Ramon Perry Show, and once again, one of our first guests we had previous before him was Dr. Cora J. Gore. So you all continue to check out her book that she spoke about earlier today. I mean, she's a walk around. You may enjoy.
All right. You don't know what it means to man to walk around in victory. You don't know what it means to man. God gave me the victory. I was tried and tested, and I still stand, and I can't be broken now. My faith don't sway, and with all that's going on, I gotta tell somebody else a change is coming on. I can't keep it to myself. Say, you don't know what it means to me to walk around in victory. You don't know what it means to me to lift my hands in victory. You don't know what it means to me to walk around in victory. You don't know what it means to me. God gave me the victory. Walk around, y'all. Walk around, y'all. Come on, walk around, y'all. Walk around, y'all. Come on, walk around, y'all. Come on, walk around, y'all. Come on, walk around, y'all. I said you can. It's yours. Well, didn't give it to me. Well, didn't give it to me. I said you can't take away. You can't take away. Oh.
Well, we're back, you all. You all heard that little sample of one of Damon Wilkerson's, known as Jonah, top 40 single, Walk Around. And so we have him back with us. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
You
perfectly. I'm not sure what
I
happened.
can hear you, you can hear me, we can hear each other, right?
That wasn't nothing but the devil, as the old folks say. That wasn't nothing but the devil.
It wasn't. I just said that too. You know what I'm saying? So
You
I
must
was
be in
like,
tune.
we sounded like that commercial at first on the phone. You know, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So we glad that you can hear me now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
once again, we have today Damon Wilkerson, known as Jonah, and you were telling us. Now, I also seen you started out playing the drums, right?
Yeah, I'm a drummer. Yes.
All right, really? Okay. So you started off there. What brought you to your now?
I'm a pastor's child, so I was raised in the Holiness Apostolic Church, and I was just intrigued with the the word, at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and playing the drums kept me grounded. Like it allowed me to see a different side of God. Having a gift, and um, I'm grateful that I had a strict upbringing. So my parents, my mother wouldn't really allow me to listen to any other kind of music, but
Oh, I
gospel.
know about
So for me,
Oh
but
yes, I know you got some stories to tell us now. What was
man,
this? Tell us a little bit about that. Because I know
um,
that could be, you
yeah,
know,
I thought that anything else was sinful music for years. I didn't realize that God can use anybody to write about love
can
or happiness or
absolutely.
hope or joy or peace. Had no idea that you didn't have to just sing about Jesus to love
Right.
Jesus. That Jesus wants people to love one another. And you
Yeah.
and you may write a song about love, but it was strict. But I appreciate that the strictness, because it allowed me it gave me an opportunity to understand who God was at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
And from the drums, um, I started. I got the itch to start singing, and I
Mm-hmm.
was horrible at first. I would
Mm-hmm.
try to sing, and everybody go sit down somewhere. Go back on the drums. You know how it is when you try to do
Mm-hmm.
something different. And
Oh yeah.
eventually God blessed my voice, because I guess he figured he ain't gonna stop, so I might as well give him something before he embarrassed himself. So
Yes. Yeah.
the
Well,
voice
we just
came
had
later.
a little sample of your song called "Walk Around," and like you said, you got the itch that you can sing. I mean, I heard it today, and I got the itch to think that I can sing. So I know what you're saying. So trust me.
Yeah.
So we heard a little bit of that or so, and then I mean, you opened up for Ty Tribbett and Mary. I mean, how was that for you working with the Soul Awards?
Oh man. My first time ever. So the SOAR Awards was like the biggest platform that I previously had ever ministered on. It was my first time ever like sharing the platform with a major with major artists, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a mind blowing experience. Um, and I got a chance to see that. So the church is real judgmental, right? We were we the church is really dogmatic and wants to try to put a box
Okay.
around people to say who's not saved and who is saved based off of
Yes.
what they think they see.
Oh
But when I
yes.
got to the SOAR Awards, it showed me that God truly gets the glory out of every gift that is being used. It's one
Come
thing singing when you sing in your local church, right? You used to
on.
seeing little juju from down the street or somebody that could sing good. But when you get around professional singers, I saw like God's glory, God being glorified from everybody, no matter what you think their lifestyle is like. It's like when they start to sing, God is getting from them what He designed to get out of them. And
Yes.
that right there was, I was so encouraged by that, and then to see that I was there with them,
Yes.
and that was actually my first. I broke off from a group, and at that moment at the SOAR Awards, Tamala Mann came over to me and a few other of the major artists, and they were saying, where
Mhm,
are you? Where you been?
mhm,
What's holding you back? And that encouraged me to go solo, because before then, I wasn't always Jonah. My
mhm,
name was D Wilkes. I had a group called D Wilkes and Friends that the Lord
mm,
was transitioning me away from.
mhm,
Hence my name, Damon Wilkerson, and the Lord was transitioning me away from that. And He and everybody the Lord called me to go solo, which I didn't, because I don't like the arrogance that a lot of solo artists carry.
right,
They carry that persona of I'm the next thing, and I don't like I'm kind of I don't like that kind of attention. But the Lord,
right,
He required for me to go solo and to
mhm,
keep the name Jonah. And when I
mm,
asked him about why the name Jonah, and I was divorced previously, and
mm,
he showed me how I brought a storm into everybody's life that I wasn't ready to date. So,
mm,
Jonah and everybody knew but me that I was causing the storm. Like everybody, no one knew but me where the storm was coming from in their life. So
mhm.
Jonah, that name came from the Sword Wars was the entry to my music career as Jonah.
Wow. So it's the introduction. Wow. See,
Yeah,
that's awesome. That is such a blessing, that God led you to come up with those different things. And I mean, he's brought you from a mighty long way through many tests and trials and everything. So
certainly.
definitely grateful to God for that. And so, I mean, you're a vocalist, you're a songwriter. Like I said, we mentioned you was a drummer, you're a worship leader. What are some things that you want people to gather from your music when they listen to you? What is something that you want them to feel? What's the experience that God had led you that is going to happen when they listen to it?
I just want them to know that every song is different, whether it's Walk Around, whether it's I have a song called Heaven, I have a song called Answering Prayer. But I want them to just know that they can make it, that there's nothing that he can't free them from, that there's nothing that he can't bring you out of. And also, I desire for people to, to catch the ear of those that would not have necessarily wanted to come to Christ or learn about God. Just finding a way to encourage others that are going through and encourage some others that don't know God to get to know him.
Absolutely. And that's what it's really all about. And, it's so awesome that you said yes to God and obeyed him. And so, I mean, the song has been featured on Willie Moore Jr.'s Flat Out. It's been the hit of the week before. It's been male vocalist of the year. You have top 40 single Walk Around. I mean, you're doing it. You're really doing it. So I commend you in doing that and sharing that gift with the world. And like you said, a lot of people, they try to tie in what they think God approves of, when at the end of the day, all you need to have is, if your relationship with him is pure, and that's your relationship with him.
Your relationship with him.
That's awesome that, you basically letting people know that that's what it's really all about. You're getting them from the distractions and getting them from what they think religious things and all those things, but you're getting them in line to the true attention.
And just another thing, the enemy wants to paint our life.
Yes.
And I look at sin as a painting, like, or your sin is a distraction, your downfall, your issue, your problem. It's like a paint color. And it's so that other people can label you as what they see. But God knows who's painting you.
Right.
God knows that you don't want that paint.
Absolutely.
He knows who wants to paint and who don't want to paint. He knows who's trying to get clean from the paint and who not. And only he knows that,
Right.
So
absolutely.
For me, I just want the music to just speak to just speak to the heart of everybody. Just to say, hey man, let's walk this thing out in victory.
Right.
Let's change the color that we have, and
absolutely.
Let's start looking like God.
Absolutely. And can you let us know where can people find you? Where can they find your music at?
All of the digital platforms, whether it's Instagram, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora.
Okay.
So if you type in Jonah, Walk Around, the song will pop up on all your digital platforms.
Okay, you all heard it, so definitely. I know you all heard a brief sample of Walk Around, but we're gonna play it again and play it the full length video of this awesome song, this top 40 single Walk Around from the one and the only Jonah. So let's get that, and I want you all to listen in.
Still stand, and I can't be broken now. My faith don't sway, and with all that's going on, I gotta tell somebody else a change is coming on. I can't keep it to myself. Say you don't know what it means to me to walk around in victory. around, y'all. I said you can't. It's joyous. World didn't give it to me. World didn't give it to me. I said you can't take away. You can't take away. Oh, it's joyous. Oh Lord, I said you can't take away this joy I have. Oh Lord, I know you can't take away. Yeah, God has been good. God's been good. Oh yeah. You don't know what it makes me mad to walk around in victory. You don't know what it makes me mad to lift my hands in victory. You don't know what it makes me mad to walk around in victory. You don't know what it makes me mad to lift my hands in victory. Oh, you don't know what it makes me mad.
All right, all right. Once again, you listen to WVTC Radio, the best internet radio station there is. You all are listening once again to the Ramon Perry Show, and we just heard he talked about it. You all were listening that he was a storm bringer. Well, he just brought a storm in his radio station. Okay? So we want to thank so much. I mean, Damon Wilkerson, known as Jonah. We just heard the song "Walk Around." And all I know is I'm sitting down, but trust me, I'm standing up. Okay. So I want you all once again to make sure you all get this song. Tell them once again, how can they get this?
Yeah, again, and I appreciate everybody that for listening. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on. I want to thank God for Apostle Verl and for the assistant, and just for Faith Management. But the song can be found at on all digital platforms: YouTube, Apple Play Store, Google Play Store, Pandora, Spotify. Type in Jonah Walk Around, and you can follow me on Instagram at Jonah_215, and on Facebook at We Are Jonah Philly. And I look forward to I have a new single coming out soon called called Last Chance.
Yeah.
So so I'm just be ready for more things to come.
Well, we thank you so much for being with WVTC Radio today. And, once again, the main host is our very own Ramon Perry. I know he's thankful to have you on today. And so I'm able to fill in. Once again, I'm Dr. Julian Wright. We thank you again for being with us, Damon Wilkerson, like I said, known as Jonah. Check out that song, you all. He told you all where to find him. Go find them, go search for them. Don't run from them, run to them, okay? Run to the storm. So we thank you so much for being with us, and we hope you have an amazing time.
God bless you. Have a good one. Take care. Thank you all. Thank you both. All right.
All right, you all. Once again, we just had an awesome guest. We've had two awesome guests today. We had on today Dr. Cora J. Gore, and she spoke about her book. I want you all to remember to check that out. And also, we just had Damon Wilkerson, known as Jonah. Check out his song called Walk Around. Well, we are at our last guest. Like they say, I can't say that. But but however the case is, God knows what I was going to say. That's all it needs to be kept as, and we're going to leave it as that. So, but however the case is, we have a special guest. Before I read about her and tell y'all all about her, I want y'all to check this clip out. And then I'm going to tell you a little about who we got with us. Been sitting up here smiling with y'all and listen to y'all. So y'all tune in, right? Go ahead and play that clip.
If I had you back in my world, I would prove that I could be a better girl.
All right, y'all. Once again, y'all heard the clip for yourself. Once again, we are here at WVTC Internet Radio. And once again, I'm your host, guest host, Dr. Julian Wright on the Ramon Perry Show. You just watched that clip. I watched the clip several times at home, y'all. I cried, I smiled, I laughed, I danced, and I did everything else that I could do underneath the sun. We have an awesome guest with us today. We have very own Pia Renee with us, and y'all, she's live. She is live.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
Yes. Thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yes. In case you all don't know, just to give you all a little history about her. I mean, she was born and raised on the west side of Chicago. Pia discovered her musical abilities at the age of 6. Pia stepped into the spotlight in audition for American Idol. Her audition impressed both Randy Jackson and Paula Abdul, but Simon Cowell's response was the one that sealed the deal. And y'all know how hard it is to impress him. Yes. So she was the voice behind many major campaigns such as Walmart, United Way, CNN, and many more. Pia decided to audition for season 20 of NBC's television show, The Voice. Pia won over John Legend and made it to the semifinals, top 9. And oh my God, y'all, it's overwhelming. Y'all get thrown off. Oh my God, she just threw me off. One of her best that made everybody stand up was What the World Needs Now. Received the highest praise from many. Yes. You all, we have somebody in this building with us. Okay.
Thank you.
Miss Pia Renee. I mean, tell us. I mean, we just saw the video. How was it with your experience on The Voice? I mean, you made it to, you made it, you know, you did it. You really did. So how was that for you?
It was very intense. I will say that. Mm-hmm. It was one of the highest highs of my life, and mm-hmm. also I experienced simultaneously one of the lowest lows because I lost my mother during that entire process. Oh, no, I'm sorry. So it was, when I look back on those performances and the clips, I'm just thinking back mm-hmm. on my state of mind, like, boy, if y'all could only know what was going on in my mind while I was singing that song. You have no idea, but I'm very proud of myself, and I'm very happy to have done that. To have had that experience, and mm-hmm. it was amongst like heavy COVID protocols, so we didn't get a lot of FaceTime with the coaches. We had 10 minutes in hair, 10 minutes in makeup. Wow. So we had to come to the set camera ready and just get touch up. So I had to learn how to do my own hair. I had to learn how to do my own makeup. And I did burn my hair out trying to bleach my own hair. Oh my God. So so that was an intense experience, but I am incredibly grateful for it. I'm telling you, it was amazing.
Wow. Well, you all just heard it. I mean, that is, you know, it's such an inspiration to hear from you, and to know people never know what you're going through behind closed doors. They see, like they say, they see your glory, but they don't know your story. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they don't have no idea what you go through, and to have it, to make it round after round after round. And some of these judges can be very difficult. Okay. I watched the show, so I know y'all, and y'all know too. Okay. So to even see her still going today, I mean, it's just such a great inspiration to me. And I know it is to all of you all listening. And so, I mean, you were speaking to us about how you lost your mom and everything during that time. I mean, mm-hmm. how was that for you? I mean, losing a loved one is definitely hard. I've never lost my mom. Hi, Mama, how you doing? Hey. But however the case is, I have lost different ones along the way. Yeah. And I mean, many people go through the state that they shut down. They kind of, you know, it's a difficult task on top of dealing with everyday life. You know, life is already hard enough, let alone dealing with you losing someone that you came out of from, mm-hmm. you know, so that's a hard thing. So how was that for you during that time?
It was challenging. The last thing my mama said to me before she passed was mm-hmm. focus and finish. She mm-hmm. said, don't worry about me, you focus and you finish. That was mm-hmm. the very last thing she said to me. So that's what the song What the World Needs Now, my performing that was as a result of mm-hmm. my losing my mom and wanting to be authentic to what I was actually feeling at the time, rather than getting up and wanting to sing to you some type of Lizzo type of anthem, because I was not in that space whatsoever. So that's what really helped me to get through it, because when I think back on the whole experience, I'm just like, I don't know how I did it. Because again, when you on a TV set and it's COVID protocols, we have strict curfews. We couldn't interact for long periods of time. It was very isolating. So much so that the night of my mother's funeral, I was back in LA. So I did not have time. I came back. They released me from the show, and they allowed me to come home and plan her funeral. So from the time of getting back to Chicago, hit the ground day after day after day, planning, making phone calls. I was literally sitting in the funeral home, picking out her flowers while I was on one of the big meetings with the social media team. So everybody's on, Team Legends on with the social media team, and everybody's jolly. And I'm like, those flowers right there. Okay, yay, okay, great. Literally at the same time. And I'm sitting there like, how is this my life right now? How? So when they come to me, when it's my turn to speak, out of all of Team Legend, my voice is trembling. It's noticeably different. My vibe is noticeably different from everybody else. So it was rough, but I was able to compartmentalize it all. And when I got home and I was able to actually feel my feelings, that's when I wanted to run from it. Like, okay, let me find something to do. Let me get busy. But I just had a moment where I couldn't run from it anymore. So it was tough. I feel like I'm beginning to talk in a circle. So back to you, Bob.
No.
Over there. Bring me back.
Oh no, we was enjoying you now. But I mean, that's something that you were saying that you went through all of that. I mean, but we're gonna go back to. I mean, you started discovering everything that you could do at the age of 6 years old, and you on the west side of Chicago. I mean, how was that? Because the west side is the west side. You know, thank God for y'all west side. You're watching now, okay?
Let me pull this mic up real quick.
Pull that up to talk about this. I got to pull mine up too.
So, yeah, the west side is amazing. Like, to me, the hood is the hood no matter where you go. You know, it's the same. We got folks being raised by their grandmas out south, folks being raised by their grandmas out west. South side folks say you see more drug addicts on the west side, but, you know, maybe that's I don't know. The ghetto's the ghetto. Universally, worldwide, globally. So, yes. So when you were asking me, like, about when
how was it like? Were you I mean, you were, of course, went to everyday life through school and everything. Like, who influenced you during those times to make you become, you know, Miss Pia Renee? You know, how was it that, you know, this 6-year-old girl just blossoms into what you are now, and you know, you on the west side and you live in everyday life and you seeing everything that's going around in the world, but in, you know, different neighborhoods or so. You know, how was that for you? What kept you going strong?
Oh man, what kept me going? Well, I've always been a little peculiar, and I've always been drawn to artistic things. Right. And when you're a quote unquote hood kid and you want to look like Grace Jones in 4th grade, you know, it don't exactly go well. And I'm gonna tell y'all this quick story about me loving arts and artsy things. So I loved. You remember? I don't know if you remember. I don't know your age, but back in the day, it was this cartoon called Jim, and she was a singer, and there was a like rival band called the Misfits. Right. I didn't like Jim. I liked the Misfits. Oh, wow. And now that I'm a grown up, I'm like, I may have needed some therapy because the Misfits was haters. Oh my God. They were really bad. I liked them. I didn't like her. I liked them. I had an aversion to Jim. I'm like, she ain't nobody that nice. Right. So now that I'm grown, I was like, I probably needed some therapy as a kid. Right. Why are you clinging to these 3 haters? They mean girls. Why you like that? But anyway, so in 4th grade, I had a curl for a long time, and I played in my hair as a kid, so it broke off. So I had they had to cut the curl out. So I had a little teeny weeny afro, and I begged my mama to let me get my hair cut like Grace Jones. I begged her and begged her. She finally let me do it. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go to school because in my mind, everybody knew about Grace Jones. They don't. Right. These is BET kids. You watching MTV? Yeah. No. So I went to school and everybody was like, I have on a pink sweater. I got boys trying to fight me on the playground because they like, why you got that girl shirt on? And I'm like, I am a girl. They're like, you ain't no girl. So then one time we was in line, you know, back in elementary school, the girls in the girls line, the boys in the boys line, and we lined up by height. So I'm in the back, so I'm tall. Yeah. The art teacher, we go to art class. The art teacher come out. She look out, young man, why are you in the girls line? Wow. And I just started bawling. Like everybody turned around and started laughing. That is a girl. And I just cried my eyes out.
Oh,
so she sent all the kids in the classroom. She grabbed me and was like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So another teacher walks up like, what's the problem? What's going on?
Right.
And then she's like, why would they do this to her?
Right.
Why would they do this to her? And I'm like, it was my idea the whole time. So I have paid my dues in being expressive,
right?
And so as far as me learning about, learning that I could sing, I was watching this videotape, the VHS version of Snow White back in the day. And there's a part where she's singing to the birds, and it just really struck me.
Right.
Okay. And I had a habit of playing in my mama's closet when I was little. And I noticed when you're in the closet and you say things out loud, you can hear it different from in other parts of the house. Yeah. So I would always go in the closet and make sounds and talk to myself. So I went in the closet and I was like, I'm gonna see if I can make these sing like Snow White, and I could mimic all of the sounds, and I discovered I could sing by myself. And from then on, I've always wanted to sing, and I've had to. Now, don't get me wrong, I've not the road has not been paved with support and clarity and guidance. So this is something that what I'm doing now is something that has been long fought for and long hard battles with self and just me blazing the trail on my own, being my own. Right. I was gonna say pilgrim, but trailblazer, but yeah. So that's what it's been for me.
Yes, a trailblazer is exactly fits you 100%. I know you grew up in church. I mean, you went
to all the denominations,
all of them.
I've been Baptist, Kojic, AME, non-denominational, prophetic, apostolic, child, evangelical. I've been all of them.
Oh wow! So just everything.
I've been in all the Jesus houses.
Wow, okay. This experience sitting right here, y'all. Well, that is awesome. I mean, so you now, what are you working on now? So what are some things that you're doing now?
So I recently released the album back in November. So it's a double album. It's part 1 is reggae, part 2 is R&B soul. Okay. So we're gonna start promoting that more so in the summer. And that's what I'm working on.
Wow.
Well, that's what I worked on, and that's what I'm doing. And in the meantime, I am a voice actor, and I do act on film as well. So
wow.
Yeah. So
now, what's some of the shows that you're on?
So I've done, before it got taken off the air, rest in peace, I was on Empire for a few episodes. I was actually the character Jamal Lyon. I was his bass player.
That's my show, y'all.
Yeah, I was his bass player. So they casted him. They started casting for an all-female band for him. So I was his bass player. And then I've been on Chicago Fire, 4400, and Southside. Most recently Southside.
Now, are you with the Shy now as well?
No, not the Shy. No, not
okay.
Child. Come on, speak that thing.
Right. Well, we gonna speak it right now.
The Shy.
Y'all call up, y'all watching. Call her right now. Yeah. Okay.
I did definitely audition for a church lady role.
Right.
So.
Okay. I'm telling you.
Call me.
Right. Yeah, and then we got some viewers watching. We got Mr. John Allen talking about West Side. How you? That's my friend. West Side in the house watching us. We got who else? My mom, like I said, my mom on here, Pastor Julia Ann Wright. So I understand from the church side. Trust me. Ooh. So, oh my God, Jesus, fix it right now. But
so your mama gonna get you.
She is. So I'm gonna go ahead and stay on this live the longest I can. So. But we got her watching. We got Gloria Gordon is still watching. We got Ramon Perry. Oh my God, the host of this show, y'all. But
hey, Ramon.
I'm just a fill-in, okay? But this is the Mr. Ramon Perry show. So there is one and only Ramon Perry. So we see you, Ramon. And who else we got watch? We got Carol McGeown, my aunt. I mean, we got some people out here, so they supporting. They talking about West Side. Okay, we're the South Side.
All the West Side energy.
Okay,
yes.
All of just come on through. Okay, that's where you can get the good food at. I'm telling y'all, and that's my problem sitting up here right now. We was just talking about that, how I gained weight. I know you all can't tell on camera. Thank God.
I would like everybody to type boo in the comments, BOO exclamation point, because this man is long and lean. Talk about he gained some weight. Please shut up talking to us.
Wait, y'all, and it just don't make no sense. It don't make some of my clothes I couldn't even fit no more. But we're not talking about me, okay? We're not gonna talk about me, okay?
Boo, boo.
But I'm telling you all, I have enjoyed. I mean, I was at your release party. Oh my God, y'all should have seen her. Oh my God, there was not everybody in the room wanted to keep hearing. I mean, I could have been there all night if I wasn't so tired, and I could have slept there if I would have brought a pillow and a blanket with me. But I mean, I enjoyed myself, and you know, it's just so awesome to see the work that you're doing and how far that you're going with your music and everything like that. So how can people find you? Let us know your social media information.
So all of my socials are at I am Pia Renee, and that's spelled IAMPIARENEE. And all of my music is on all streaming platforms, including YouTube. And you just type my name, Pia Renee. And my most recent album, the double album, is called 333.
Okay.
And let me tell y'all a story about that real quick. I'm looking at the mic with the camera right there.
Right.
So check it out. Story time. So y'all know it's 365 days in the year, correct?
Yes, right.
November 29th is my birthday. That happens to be the 333rd day of the year. Come on, somebody, because 3 is a powerful number. And that's the day that I entered into the earth. So that's why that album is named 333.
Oh, we'll see.
All right, praise God.
Well, look at
now
God. Won't he do it, y'all? He did
Won't
it.
he will?
So I'm telling y'all, I see that's all this experience rolling in. That's the Apostolic Church of God. Y'all just rolling all up in this place.
Don't make me say epicenter, you know, because that's a good apostolic word, epicenter. We gonna bust out the prophetic jargon. Don't do it.
I'm telling you, we ain't gonna go there because y'all not ready. Okay, so like I said, I want y'all to check out her social media page, see what she got going on, because she always doing something. She got an awesome manager, you all. First of all, I gotta definitely give it up for them, Mr. Leroy Burton. Oh my God, the best of the best of the best of the best. And so, I mean, you know, it's just so awesome to have good people around. And we actually got the same booking agent, Mr. Stephen Bird. And so,
he's awesome.
Yes,
we love Brother Bird.
Yes.
Fly like a bird.
Right.
Bird. He's awesome. He's such a kind heart.
He is.
I love him.
He is.
I bet he could grill too. He give me the vibe that he can really
probably
burn.
Can. And he needs to invite me over. So let me know, okay? And see, that's what I'm talking about. My mother on here talking about, yes, you have gained weight. My aunt talking about a couple of pounds. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Always be the auntie.
Stop it. Be your own family sometimes. Y'all get off at the radio station. Don't nobody want to hear from y'all. So we're trying to talk to Pia. Y'all over here talking about my weight, okay? But however the case is, we're glad to have you with us today, Pia. Right now, I want you all to listen. We're going to check out her song real fast. And the song that everybody loves, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. One of my favorite singers there is Whitney Houston. Rest in peace.
Hallelujah.
When I tell y'all, I'm a very critical, because the people always walk around headline and tell me who they sound like, who they sing like, and they don't. The devil's really deceiving some of you all out here in the world. So don't be deceived no longer. But I'm gonna tell you an original when I see one. So this is an original, y'all. She sounds like her. I mean, even I saw you on you all as well. I'm gonna just say this real fast. She was on the Bulls. You did the Star Spangled Banner there. When I tell y'all, I called everybody to listen. I was like, y'all check it out. As soon as I got the word of it. So when I said she killed it, she killed it. So y'all
my outfit was fly.
Yes, it was. I mean, when I tell y'all,
because I love clothes.
I'm telling you. I mean, she made that game be what it was. I'm telling y'all.
Let me tell you this now. The Bulls had not beat the Golden State Warriors since 2017. The day I sang.
Okay.
The day I sang.
See?
They won that game.
See?
So I just want y'all to know that's the type of atmosphere I create. I create winning atmosphere.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
We got the winner in the house, y'all. So we go check out the winner. One of the songs that I love to hear is What the World Needs Now. So we're gonna play that and we're gonna be right back. So y'all better listen to this song because you're gonna love it. So go ahead and play that song for them.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine this and more. If you want to know what the world needs now, it's love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just a little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Not just for some, but for everyone. No, not just for some, but for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet
Did y'all just hear that? I know y'all heard that. Y'all know y'all heard that. That made me do something in here, y'all better. I'm telling y'all. So y'all go to YouTube and check out that song. Y'all check it out. It's called "What the World Needs Now" by Pia Renee. I know it's other people call this stuff trying to sing it on it, but it ain't nobody like this one sitting up here. So I want y'all to check it out. Once again, we're back. I'm gonna just say this. I missed my whole introduction, y'all. That's how bad she threw me off. But once again, you listening to WVTC, the best internet radio show there is. You're watching the Ramon period according to your faith. And this is one of the Stellar Award winner internet radio shows. They won a Stellar Award, y'all. They did. They're getting another one too. We gonna claim that too in Jesus' name.
Come on, somebody.
Okay. So we thankful. Like I said, we have again Miss Pia Renee with us. You all just heard her song "What the World Needs Now." I mean, what the world needs now is Miss Pia Renee. I don't know about y'all. So we got her.
I need that money.
Right. Get all of it. All of it. Make it rain, Jesus. So we thankful to have her with us. And you have a website, I think it's PiaRenee.com,
Yes,
if I'm not
is.
correct. So I want y'all to check out that website, PiaRenee.com, see what she got going on, see what she doing. Y'all support for sure. Support. That's one thing about us as people. We got to learn how to support one another. We can't be around here hating on one another and act like we halfway want to act funny. We got to support, and that's what it's all about. You can't have that, as I always talk about, that crab and a barrel mentality. I can't stand that stuff to where you think you got to pull another person down to get up. When at the end of the day, let's be clear, God is the only one that can lift you up, and man cannot put you down.
Come on,
somebody.
Okay,
so don't get me started in this radio station. So
don't act like you know them scriptures.
I'm telling you, I go read them in a minute. Where's the Bible up here somewhere? No, we're not gonna do that. But we glad to have you here with us. I mean, is there anything that you want the audience to know about you, or anything that you want them that you want to share with us or so?
What? Hey, y'all. I'm just me.
Right.
It's just me. And I'm happy to be before you today.
Yes.
I'm just a girl from the West. I ain't just, but I am a girl from the West Side. And everything that I've done in my life has been by the goodness and grace of God. And anywhere that I've ever been in the entire world has been because of music. And music paid for my passport. And it's been a song. So a song has taken me from some of the most awful statistics of the late 80s and early 90s, and it's taken me around the world. So I'm just happy that y'all get to see me on the Facebook Live page. And Auntie Carol and Miss Julia and them. Hey, y'all. I'm just happy to be here. And that's all I have to say before I start rattling and lose track of my own thoughts.
No, not at all. I mean, you've done so much as we already talked about. I mean, one of the questions that I always like to know from different ones, what has been the most hardest thing of you doing a lot in this industry for you? What's been the hardest thing?
Of everything that I've done?
Yes.
Man, the hardest thing in this, what is the hardest thing? Well, it's very entrepreneurial, and it is very, you have to put your all into everything you do every time you do it. And if you don't see a yield right away, sometimes it's very, a friend of mine coined this term. She called it project postpartum. So when you put all of this energy into something and then you finish it, or you get you yield a return, or you don't, after the fact, after you've done all the output, you go into kind of a funk. Now, everybody's not that way,
right?
But I do experience that on occasion. And it's that's something I'm learning how to manage at this point. Like, okay, as I'm working and I'm doing things and I'm learning how things flow, not just allow the funks to stay for so long, or just to see, okay, I know that I need to keep a certain level of consistency in my life, because if I have a big production and then I come off the production, I can't just not do nothing, because that affects me.
Right.
So I have to keep a momentum of some sort in my life to just keep myself emotionally healthy. So I would say being kind to myself first and foremost, versus being talent forward and having like no real self-care. You see the outfits, you see the glam, you see the talent, but then on the back end, the self-care is terrible. So I would say that has been the biggest challenge, to actually have it from within without versus from the outside in.
Right.
I hope I
you broke that thing down. You did. Yes, you did. So what is your goal? I mean, you've done music, you're doing acting, you're doing it. What is your goal to bring in to this generation and the next generation? What is something that your future, what is your vision? What's your purpose? What's your mission to accomplish?
Well, everybody that knows me on a deeper level most people have told me that I need to write a book, because you see what I've done talent wise. But if I was to break down the Tyler Perry movie / lifetime special of my life experiences, you see that it's much more than just what I'm doing artistically. And I'm realizing that too. It's like, it ain't just about, oh, I got this song and it's on the charts and this and that. If I was to write, when this book is written and you read it, it's like, my Lord, what? Because sometimes I think about my life. It's like, okay, guys, so how many Tyler Perry's you going to put in one person's life?
Okay.
Tyler Perry movies is my life going to be, because all of these different things that I've experienced. So I would say, in sharing my story and sharing how I've evolved within life, and how I've come from where I come from to where I am now to where I'm going.
Right.
So I would say that's what, more so than any song that I could ever sing, more so than any performance that I could ever perform, I would say my story is what would be beneficial to generations to come.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what's definitely needed. We need more inspirations like that. We need people to share their stories. You know, a lot of people, I remember another person was telling me, I was around them, and they were telling the other individual, they was like, you know, you have so much knowledge, you have so much wisdom and so much things that you have experienced, and if you don't share that, then it goes into the ground with you. And it's like wasted wisdom and wasted, you know, it's the worst thing to do, right? So it's like, it is so important to do everything you can. I mean, you know, me, I'm doing a lot of things as well publicly, and you know, we're both doing things public figure wise, but it's people don't realize some of the things that you go through behind closed doors. I mean, and they don't know you're human just like everybody else. But you have to push. You know, you get negativity much stronger than the norm at times, and then they don't know the effects that it can have on you. Even, you know, with you losing your mom, they don't know that you can have a time that you may miss them, and you still got to get on stage and do what you have to
Oh
do.
man.
And then you got people word, and then you got to word and get yourself together and all those things. And then you're still dealing with everyday life. And that's why I tell people all the time, you never know what someone is going through. So that's why I say to always push and encourage and impact. Those three things I feel like, as you were saying, that your mission and goal is to do is the main reason why we're all here. Honestly, the Bible talks about it. We want to be biblical. We should be helpers to one another,
Yes.
not tearing each other down and not, trying to compete or so. I have a place on this where I know my lane, you know your lane, and God got something for you. He got something for me.
Absolutely.
And then at times He'll have us to work together. We'll accomplish it and know how to go our ways. And I do my thing, you do your thing.
Yeah.
And so it's just such an awesome thing that you spoke about, and just the vision and the goal or so. And so you are, once again, I want you all to continue to go to her website. It is piarenee.com. You could check out her music. You could check her out on Instagram and social media. You all, like I said, we got a real one in the house with us tonight.
Thank you.
So, we definitely grateful to have you here with us. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I
mean,
did. And you made a point earlier that I really, before we close out, you said something about there's to the effect of there's room for everybody, and there's no need for one to try to exalt themselves over another.
Absolutely.
I feel like in music and as singers, there is this cancerous thought process that there's only one. There can only be one. There's the king of this, the queen of that, the princess of this and that. But if you look at the Bible, it talks about greeting each other with songs and hymns and spiritual songs.
Absolutely.
So, and if you look at the fact that singers are everywhere, and what songs and music does for the soul, everybody's important. Whether you on the quote unquote world stage or not, whether you're chart topping or not, your voice is absolutely needed. So I think it's very important that if you are a whatever industry or realm your gift exists in, you have to know that you have a place, and that you don't have to fight, and you don't have to go just do crazy outlandish things to be seen and heard, because you have relevance somehow, some way, and it doesn't have to look like what's exalted in the way that the systems of the world are set up in industries, which is in many instances very toxic. Like especially in music, I can only speak to it from music because that's where I know it chiefly. But I just want to encourage all artists and people who know artists to just let them know, hey, you might not be on a global tour, but your voice is important and it matters.
Absolutely.
And to detox yourself of all that thought process, because it really does impact how effective you can and should be when you hold on to it. And that's all I got to say about that.
And that is so true. Like you said, just to bounce off of that a little bit, that there's, like you said, there's always room. And also, when you go, there's somebody always behind you.
Come on.
You're not going to be here always. So that's why, like you said, we are to be able to be the best and encourage others to be the best. And and a lot of that is going on, especially in the music industry, even several other industries, no matter what you're in, business, entrepreneurship, or whatever your goal is in life. And if you're trying to figure it out, you have an encourager right here. You can make it, you can do it. Just as well, we had many great other singers that have gone on, I mean, for years and years and years, have had hits. And some of their songs is very relevant today, and some of them are not. But at the end of the day, it goes to show you that there will always be someone behind you. So it's always best for you to be your best and encourage others and uplift, so you can say, I impacted this person's life. I did this. I was a part of this. I was able to do that. Don't decline as if you're going to be here always and you just Mr. Fancy, because you ain't. So, and that is an awesome point that you made. And once again, you all are listening to WVTC Radio with Ramon Perry show today, and we've had Miss Pia Renee with us today. I thank you so much for being with us today. We've had as well, just to go back to review the other guests, we had today Dr. Cora J. Gore. She spoke about her book. She was an educator, so you all make sure you check out her book, and her book signing is tomorrow. Do your best to make it out the best way you can. I know it's a little last minute or so, but do your best to support that awesome woman. And also after that, we have another artist, Damon Wilkerson, known as Jonah. I mean, he got a fire song called Walk Around, y'all. So make sure you all check that song out. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell everyone that you know to check out, once again, Damon Wilkerson, known as Jonah. Make sure you show your support. And last and not least, we have Pia Renee, y'all. Check her out. Go to piarenee.com. Go to check her out on social media. See what she has going on. Support you all. And then we all need to come together anyways. So I think that we need to make sure we support every person that comes on this show, especially good people like this that's bringing inspiration to you and not trying to tear you down. And once again, I thank you all so much for watching today. I mean, once again, I am the guest host again, Dr. Julian Wright. The main host is none other than the Ramon Perry himself. And you have tuned into WVTC Internet Radio. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and you all continue to stay encouraged. Thank you.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ. WV